It was an odd game from the standpoint that I thought the first 5 minutes, I thought they came out and I thought they were tougher than us and really swung hard and had a disposition about them. But I give our guys a lot of credit. The media timeout, the first one we talked about it, they responded. And I thought that the last 15 minutes of the first half that we were terrific. I thought we made a lot of hustle plays, diving on loose balls, charge attempts, block shots. I thought we were flowing to the ball. Guys were reacting. I thought we were really good. And then when you get a team in that situation, the first 4 minutes of the second half is really important. I didn't feel like we played particularly well the first 4 minutes. I thought we made some good plays in the second half, but it was sporadic or random at best. And overall, our second half, as you know, these guys will tell you, they know, I have a saying, you can't fool the players. They know we didn't come close to playing a 40-minute game. I thought we played well for about 20 minutes of it. We've got to play better. You know, you look at the stat sheet, at some of the statistics, whether it's turnovers or fouls or field goal D or three-point field goal D or whatever you want to go down right down the line, and those aren't up to our standards. We have some standards set. These guys have some pretty high standards as a group, and we know that we can play better, and we've got 3 days after tomorrow's day off to make sure that we play better on Friday night and play hopefully a more complete game than what we played here this afternoon on Friday against Colgate.
How will you focus on those things at practice? What will that be like those 3 days?
Well, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, Shannon. I mean, we don't, you know, like I said, we played pretty well those last 15 minutes of the first half. You know, we're not going to change anything or, you know, these guys kind of figured it out about, I don't change a whole lot. I mean, you know, I think that's, you know, we're not just going to panic and do something different. I mean, that's not us. We got to do what we do. We're going to do what we do better. I thought tonight we fouled a little bit too much. We were a little bit careless with the ball. We got a little bit sloppy, and we'll work really hard on Tuesday to shore those things up. But a lot of what we do in practice addresses those things. Tonight in the second half, I don't know if we were quite as mentally locked in as we needed to be. And I should say, I don't want to take anything away from Westchester. Those guards are seniors. They won 10 in a row at the end of last year, got beaten a nail-biter in the conference tournament to go to the NCAA tournament, and they got a lot of pride. And I respect that. They were down 27 points, and they fought. So I certainly don't want to take anything away from those kids. I thought that they really battled.
It looked like you extended the defense after the first media timeout.
Not really. I mean, we have a pickup point we like to pick the ball up at, and I thought we were more aggressive for sure. I thought we had we call it having a presence on the ball. I thought that led to some turnovers. We were more disruptive. I thought our ball screen defense was really good during that last 15 minutes of the first half. That led to some turnovers as well. I thought our hands were active. You know, I thought we played really well during that stretch, and I think our offense fed off of our defense. That allowed us to get out and transition and get some easy baskets there in the latter part of the first half.
John, you said you might tweak the lineup. You did. Could you speak to that?
Oh, sure. Well, it's pretty simple. These guys, the first 3 weeks are, you know, practice. We grade out everything, and we tweak the lineup based on how the grade out was for practice. Now, once we get through this one, then what we try to do, Mark, is take a look at what rotations play well together, how guys' roles fit in. You know, the first 2 exhibition games, we do try different lineups. We try different things. You know, we especially as we're learning about our team and they're learning about us. So, but there's no question that when we get to practice on Tuesday, we're going to have a pretty firm handle on, you know, what rotation we want and what we think is the best for our basketball team to be as competitive as possible.
Why was it Nat very effective tonight?
Well, I thought he did some good things on the glass. I don't know how many rebounds he ended up having. He had 10. He had 10 rebounds, so I don't want to label him as ineffective when you get double-digit boards. But I thought he did some good things. You know, I think we've got to do a better job of feeding the post down there, not just to him but to others. We got to work on that more. We haven't worked on that enough. That's my fault, not these guys' fault. And then we got to hold our seal down there a little bit better to allow our perimeters to feel more comfortable throwing it in there, that the pass isn't going to get deflected. And we'll work on that this week. But, you know, I thought he was pretty good defensively. I thought he was active. I thought he played hard. I thought he was really good on the glass.
What do you think of Sam and Nat playing together?
I thought they did a good job. I thought Sam was pretty consistent throughout. You know, had close to a double-double, was very active, was good on the glass. I think he sees things defensively. Sam's a good passer. You know, he's a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover guy in practice, which is very odd or unique in a good way for a 4-5-5-4 player. So he's bringing some things to the table, I think, that are going to be good for our team. The one thing I really like about him is you know what you're getting from him every day, and he clearly thinks about winning in the team first. So Sam's got a great mindset, and it's going to be one that we're going to count on moving forward.
What do you see on your point guards? Brandon and Tracy?
Well, I see those guys improving at a rapid rate, which is awesome. I think, you know, Tracy would be the first to tell you the first week he struggled a little bit. Second week he was better. Third week I thought he was outstanding. I mean, he just kept getting better, kept getting better, kept getting better. He's starting to understand what we want more, starting to get more comfortable with what we need from him at both ends of the floor. And I thought he did some good things tonight and has practiced really well.
What was your message to the team during that timeout after Westchester made that run midway through the second half?
Which one now?
The end of the game.
The end of the game. Yeah, we just
You put the starters back.
Yeah, I didn't really. My only thing with them is we finish everything. You know, we want to have a mindset in our program, whether it's academics or, you know, in the weight room and skill instruction and practice. We finish every drill, every possession, everything we do, start to finish. And I just didn't think we were finishing the game the right way there, and challenged them to do that.
You had said that earlier in the week you had one of your worst practices. Was that apparent today?
You know, I don't know. That's a great. We can't afford those. We've only had a couple. You know, this team's a pretty good practice team. You know, I like our guys. They work pretty hard. They listen. They want to be good. We've had a couple since October 12th. You know, we've got to have a better one on Tuesday for sure. But I thought we were really good in practice yesterday, and I thought 2 days ago we were really good. So we batted 2 for 3. Today we batted 20 minutes out of 40. And obviously getting 18 to 22-year-olds to understand that's where that happens. You know, consistency happens from how you approach every single day. Okay, you just can't turn it on like a light switch. So, but we'll get there. These guys want to be good. I mean, I love being around them. I love going to practice. I love our guys. We played really well for about 20 of the minutes tonight. And the other 20 we didn't play so well. So we got to figure that out and be more consistent.
A guy who might be in that mix to be your ninth guy, maybe getting that rotation.
Well, it could be. You know, he practiced well. Our staff talked about it, and he did some good things. I thought in the first half he was pretty good. I thought in the second half he struggled a little bit. You know, he got sped up on the one turnover. But Mike's his toughest critic. Mike's he's a tough kid, and you know that he expects himself to take care of the ball a little bit better than he did tonight. I thought he got a little anxious on the one. But he did some good things in practice and, you know, warranted him getting the opportunity, Marcus, that he got tonight.
I have another question about timeouts. You called one, 30 seconds, under 8 in the
Yep.
first half after Tracy hit a 3. Is that to congratulate the team, or was there something?
No, typically I don't do that because the media's coming, but I was trying to get him an extra blow. You know, so I was trying to get that extra blow where I got him a timeout, and then I knew a media was coming right after that. You know, typically I don't do that very often, you know, but that was the whole mindset on that one. We also had a lineup in there where, you know, I wanted to make a substitution change simultaneously at the same time, so it just made sense to do it, but we won't do that very often. Usually we'll wait for the media.
You talk a lot about attack, and is Joseph the guy that comes most naturally for?
I thought some guys drove the ball tonight. I thought Joseph did a good job of driving the ball at times. I thought Tracy did a good job of driving the ball into the paint. I thought BP got in the paint. We just need him to finish a little bit better around the rim. He finally finished the last one there. But I thought those 3 guys attacked the lane fairly well. I think that's important to have a blend of driving, posting, as well as jump shooting. You know, we've got a good shooting team. We didn't shoot it particularly well early in the game. Sometimes that happens. That's why your defense and your rebounding have to be consistent. But you know, we got guys who can make shots. So, you know, it's not like we're not going to take open shots. I got on Richardson on the one because he didn't shoot it, because he missed one. You know, well, you're going to miss one. The next one's wide open. Your job's to take the shot, shoot it. You know, so we've got good shooters that we have a lot of confidence in, but we also want to have a blend, Mark, on offense where we're not one-dimensional.
Tracy, what's changed the most for you from week 1 to now? Coach said you struggled to start, but now you've shown that improvement.
Like Coach said, just learning the system, watching film, and understanding the pace, when I need to go fast, when I need to play slow. And, how I get my teammates involved, and just things like that.
Was it frustrating to start when you weren't picking up things as quickly as you probably wanted to?
No, it wasn't frustrating. It was all new learning experience. I mean, you guys gotta be positive and open mind.
Tracy, where would you evaluate where you guys are as a team as you get ready for the opener here?
We still got work to do. There's always room for improvement. Like Coach said, we only came out tonight. We played 20 minutes. Of course, we got to improve in that. We got to be more consistent and stay level, like Coach always tell us. We got to be at a level pace all the time, no matter what happens.
Coach, how do you think Tracy and Brandon did at pushing the ball?
Better, yeah, better. And they did it pretty well over the last week, too. You know, we looked at an edit that we showed them earlier in the week. I think that opened their eyes a little bit. I thought our spacing has improved. I thought the speed and pace at which we play has improved. We still can get a little bit better there, and we'll continue to emphasize that moving forward. But I thought we've made some strides in that area for sure.
Where's your confidence at comparatively to coming into last year?
I think I'm just playing my role right now. Get to the basket, like you said, knocking down my shots. I think we really want to focus on this year and what we're doing. We still got a lot to do. We came out today and we had some spots where we played real good and some spots where we didn't play as good, but we just keep improving.
Did you see yourself as one of the scorers, one of the main scorers?
I think it's a little bit my job, get to the basket, create shots for my teammates. The ball screens really create a lot of shots for my teammates, so that's about it.
Only one turnovers, that's way too many on Lakers.
Yeah, it's too high. Yeah, it's too high. Obviously we want to have more assistant turns. We weren't close there tonight. I thought we held on to the ball a little bit too long after we broke the press and allowed them to reset some rather than just moving it. We'll work on that and take a look at that on film. But you're right, it's too high. The ones that concern me the most aren't the aggressive ones. And the same thing with fouling. Like Joe goes to tip dunk the one on the offensive rebound. I mean, not a big deal. I'll take that one. Okay, but pass gets made that's a lob goes through. We're trying to attack you full court. I'll take that one. The silly ones are the ones where we're not in a position of strength with the ball and we throw a sloppy pass or sloppy catch. I call those unforced errors. We've got to eliminate those unforced ones because at the pace that we play at and the way we want to attack and the way we want to be aggressive, these guys will tell you, basketball's not a game of perfect. I don't want. We always talk about we'll play with about 12. I don't ever say to them, hey, fellas, we're going to play with 0. I think as soon as you do that, then guys start overthinking and they're too cautious. But we want to eliminate the sloppy and unforced ones as much as we can.
Tracy got 31 minutes. You got 29 out of Brandon and DJ. Is that how you want to mix the minutes? Is that a maximum amount, or do you have a guy going to play 40? I mean, is there like a?
Well, the good thing is we're starting to develop some depth. I mean, that part is good. Obviously, it's pretty easy to figure out, like right now after the second game, that we've got 8 guys that are potentially going to play a lot of minutes. Who's the 9th guy? Who's the 10th guy? We're working on that. But to be honest with you, to play as hard as we want to play on the defensive end and to run, I think these guys would tell you that, and it's not, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but practice has been different this year. So the pace you want to play at, that we want to play at, plus to hold them accountable on the defensive end, you've got to have some depth. So we're starting to slowly develop that, and I like the way that guys are coming along, and I do think we'll, right now there's 8. I'm looking for, I'd love for 9 to emerge and 10 to emerge, and I always say players play players. I like them all. I really do. I like all these guys. I wish I could play all of them, but you just can't for continuity and stability purposes, especially moving forward once we get to regular season play. For us, in terms of continuity and playing well, we'll probably settle on somewhere right around 9, and that's what we'll go with, and certainly someone can always crack or break into that 9, but that's about what we feel comfortable playing at the pace we play and the way that we want to play.
Coach, you talked about aggression, 26 free throws. Is that a number you look at? And obviously making 21 is an improvement of the scrimmage in the last game.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, we want to get to the free throw line. We talk about that a lot. There was a disparity there for a while until we fouled a little bit too much in the second half, and then the free throw attempts ended up being the same for both teams. But, again, how do you get there? You get there by offensive rebounding. You get there by driving and posting the ball. And, I think we could get a little bit better at posting the ball. We'll work on that. But I thought we drove the ball pretty well tonight, especially these two. And I thought Brandon got in the lane as well at times. Griff had a nice drive on a pick and pop. Sam got a couple nice drives from the high post area. So, that puts pressure on the defense. And like I said earlier to Mark, we certainly want to have a blend.
Joe, I'd like to know about your floater in the lane. You went over everybody and dropped one in. We've seen that before. But can you compare the Westchester team athletically, height-wise, versus playing against Missouri or Michigan?
Well, obviously, they're Michigan and Missouri. They're a little bit more bigger, physical. If you're still talking about the floater, then I think I can get that off over a lot of people, and that's just kind of my shot. And I've really been working on jump shots as well, as you see them stepping back behind three-point line. So I'm just really trying to mix up my game and just mix that in between all the teams.
Tracy, how did they compare athletically to a Big Ten team? What do you think?
I mean, I really just focus on like our system and what we're doing defensively. Like, I don't really pay attention like athleticism-wise. I just focus on like our scout report and what we need to do to win. Like, the coaches prepare us, and I just kind of like focus on the things we need to do to win.
John, just one final thing on Friday, just so I understood what you said. On Friday, when you trot that lineup out there, are you likely to stick with that for a little while?
The one we had today?
Yeah.
We'll look at it. I've got a plus-minus on every lineup we played in the 2 exhibition games, the orange-blue. I've got all that stuff together. I'll take a look at it, and, to me, sometimes that stuff's a little, I remember when I was a player, sometimes those guys, obviously, they care about it maybe a little bit too much than what it actually means. We've got every role that every guy has on the team, I tell them all the time, is important. It's just different. Everybody's role is different. Doesn't mean anybody's role is more important. A lot of times it's who finishes the game, it's who plays well, who's productive in the minutes that they're out there. The deeper we are, the better we'll be, especially the way that we like to play. I certainly don't want to rule out that that's the lineup we might start on Friday, but I certainly don't want to guarantee that either. We'll have some thoughts and sit down as a staff, and we'll take a look at what lineups have played well together, and it's a team game. We're looking for 5 guys who are connected together, and maybe you want somebody on the floor at a certain time with someone else, but you don't want them with another particular play. We'll take a look at that, Mark, and really kind of lock in on that this week.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.